on this episode of Coastin with Quayz.
I am here at King's Dominion for the second time in 2025. This, as it goes by, is my favorite wing coaster. So it's time for Twisted Timbers, but just like the last time I was here, it's only running on one train. I just got not one, not two, not three, but 4 rides on Grizzly. We got a baby in the shot. I am here at King's Dominion for the second time in 2025. Feels good to be back. The first time that I was here this year, I got 5 rides on Rapterra, so I plan to do more of that while I'm here today. But I also want to check out some other things. I know Racer 75 has received some new wood, so I want to get a ride on that, maybe a ride on Flight of Fear. So first things first, let's get back to Rapterra. And here we have the new park map. And of course, it features Rapterra. Up top here we have Pantherian, even though that's not open, but it's nice to see this new, updated map. If you have never been Tier 2 King's Dominion, when you enter the park, you have International Street, and you have the fountains in the middle, and then on either side of that, you have all these buildings and shops and restaurants that are themed to different countries. It's also why you have the Eiffel Tower in the middle, but it is always a very nice way to enter this park. It's clean, it's inviting. I wish more parks would do something like this. You usually have a main street or something, but this seems a little bit grander. As I make my way through Jungle X and back to Rapterra, I also want to talk a little bit about the Eiffel Tower. This is my 5th visit here to King's Dominion in the last 2 years, and I've never been able to go up to the top of it. I know that in 2025 it has opened. On the first visit where I was here, it did not open, so I'm hoping that I can get up there. But we will see. That seems to be the one ride here at King's Dominion that has been avoiding me since day one. As I'm walking through Camp Snoopy, or Planet Snoopy, I think it's Planet Snoopy here at King's Dominion, I'm also noticing some nice little touches for the 50th anniversary that I didn't notice on my first visit, such as little flowers that are done in the gardens to show the number 50 and things. So I love that King's Dominion is putting those little touches here and there. Makes it feel very special to have 50 years. And of course, Pantherian just looms in the distance. And we're not able to ride it yet, unfortunately. It's not open for the season yet. Once again, we are welcomed by the Way Foundation. Got to get those protein gains. Okay, hear me out. I just got 3 more rides on Rapterra for a total of 8, and I can say this, as it goes by, is my favorite wing coaster. Now I'll say this, I've only been on 3. I've been on Rapterra, Gatekeeper, and Wild Eagle. I have not been on Thunderbird, so I know that that's a lot of people's favorites. But what I will say is I definitely prefer the launching style wing coaster. Some highlights of this ride, of course, that launch. I love that it's a rolling launch. You just go right into it, and then that wing over. When you're on the left side, because the wing over is overbanked, you're like getting thrown over to the right, and that's a lot of fun. A couple of other great moments, the dive loop, and then I actually really like the hang time. So on the corkscrew and also on that Raptor roll, there's really, really good hang time. couple of moments that feel a little bit rocky is wherever there's positive forces. So that's where people, I think, are saying that this ride is a little bit shaky and it's not quite as smooth. So right out of the S turn, when you go into that wing slide, there's a lot of positive forces there. So you do feel a little bit of that back and forth or up and down movement of the train. Some people thought that the launch was going to be really shaky, but the launch is actually really smooth. And I really like the left side. I rode 5 times total on the left side, 3 on the right, and every time I rode in a different seat. But overall, this is a really good ride. It's paced really well. You really transition from one element to the next, and it doesn't feel like there's any lulls. Sometimes those airtime hills on wing coasters can be a little bit of like a or a lull moment, but on Rapterra, it's really good. So get here to King's Dominion, ride this ride. Now I'm going to check out some other stuff at the park. I think I just learned something about Toonbeely today. I was in line for Rapterra and I heard these girls talking about it, and the one girl called it Tumbly. And I said to myself, wait a second, is it called Toonbeely or Tumbly because it tumbles? Blows my mind. Alright, made it to the back corner of Jungle X for Flight of Fear. Since I did not ride this the last time I was here, I'm going to get a ride on it right now. Didn't have to wait too long for a ride on Flight of Fear. The inside of that ride, they did not re-theme it all, but the outside area here, outside of Flight of Fear, they did quite a bit of re-theming. So I'd be interested to see if they do anything on the inside. It still has all of the alien stuff. It's a fun ride. It's pretty forceful. It's intense. It's rocky, though. I would love to see them do something with that ride if they ever do re-theme it, maybe put some new trains or something on it. I do like that it is only a lap bar. That's fun, instead of the shoulder restraints. If that had the shoulder restraints, I feel like that would be really rough with how rocky that ride is. But that was another launching coaster, so I think now I'm going to make my way over to the wooden roller coasters. So while I was over by Flight of Fear, one thing I did check out was the Pantherian area. Now, the last time that I was here, I got yelled at for filming, which is so weird because if you go over to the one side where the gate is completely open, the whole area is exposed. So I think when I was here last time, the worker who was talking to me, I don't think she realized that the gate is just there so that people can't walk back there. So whatever. But you could see the sign for Pantherian. It looks great. And it looks like a lot of the wooden poles and things are integrated into the same style that we see over by Rapterra, and now what's over by Flight of Fear. So I can't wait for that ride to open up later this summer.
Let's make some room. Ribbit. Mushroom, that is. Here we go. Hello. He likes to tinkle on an old piano. He likes to play it in a subtle manner. He knows he'll always be the top banana with a handful of keys.
If you're looking for a burrito at King's Dominion, this is now where you get burritos at the Cactus Grill. You used to be able to get burritos at the very front of the park, but that's now a place to get funnel cake. I really like all the cacti that they have out front here. They're really cool. They're just made out of like welded metal and stuff. So just got 2 rides on Racer 75, and that is about as classic of a coaster as you get. It is a racing out and back wooden coaster. King's Dominion just retracked part of it, so it's running really smooth. I could ride that all day, but I think it's time to eat, so I'm going to get a burger at the Jukebox Cafe and then hit Twisted Timbers. All right, got the double cheeseburger. I didn't put any condiments on it because it was kind of busy in there, and the Sprite, so I'm going to eat this up real quick. This is one of my favorite meals in the park, and actually there's the drive-through diner at Dorney Park that has the same stuff, and it's really good. All right, I'm fueled up, so it's time for Twisted Timbers, but just like the last time I was here, it's only running on one train, so I think that's going to be one ride today. Well, a station wait for Twisted Timbers isn't too bad, but one train made it go about 20 or 25 minutes. So, one ride today, but the airtime on Twisted Timbers is so powerful. It's insane, but it's so good. So, I think I'm going to continue with this whole kind of like wood or hybrid coaster adventure and head over to Grizzly. This area of the park here, which is right near Grizzly, there's not a whole lot going on. You've got the Flying Eagles, down a little ways you've got the log flume, and over here used to be the go-karts. So this is all fenced off now, so I would imagine at some point this is going to be redone into something completely different. You also have something like the antique cars in the back there, so there's not a whole lot going on here, but this is a great family area. Maybe at some point we'll get some kind of family coaster back here. Vekoma Family Boomerang? Could be. I just got not one, not two, not three, but 4 rides on Grizzly. More and more as I ride this ride, it's becoming one of my top tier wooden roller coasters. It's not crazy on the airtime, but there is that one hill in the tunnel that's really, really good. But I'm noticing more and more the laterals. That last turnaround especially, if you are on the left-hand seat, you get totally squished to the person on your right. And if there's nobody there, you pretty much ride in both seats. King's Dominion can be a little bit of a labyrinth in the middle, but if you start here on the Eiffel Tower on International Street and just kind of follow the perimeter, if you go around the loop, eventually you'll make your way back to the Eiffel Tower. So that's what I would recommend on your first visit here at King's Dominion. Ugh, the Eiffel Tower is closed again. Maybe at some point I will get up there. Not today though. For my second meal today, I decided to go to the Grain and Grill, which is the first time that I've done that. And I got the rotisserie chicken with the mac and cheese, the pita bread with the hummus, and a Coke. I wanted something a little bit healthier this time instead of a cheeseburger and french fries. Although, we got that mac and cheese. Looks pretty good. I've been looking for a good sticker, and I haven't been able to find many at King's Dominion, but because the Grizzly is becoming a fan favorite in my book, I think I'm going to pick this one up. Right here at King's Dominion towards the front of the park, off of International Street, is where the Berserker used to be. But they took it down for this season. But I think it actually opens up the area here to Dominator really nicely, and since Dominator has a fresh coat of paint, it looks great. So let's see if we can get a ride on it. Dominator was a walk-on, so I got 2 rides. I think that might be my favorite B&M floorless coaster. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know I like it better than Hydra. I know I like it better than Dark Knight. I know I like it better than Medusa. So it's pretty good. It's forceful. That vertical loop, I'm pretty sure I gray out on that almost every time. And then the second half of this ride's really forceful as well. We got a baby in the shot. So coming off of that brake run, you really maintain speed. A lot of times you slow down during the brake run on B&M floorless coasters, but this one you just cruise right on through it. So thumbs up for me with Dominator. After I got off Dominator, I walked through Planet Snoopy and I realized I've never been on the Great Pumpkin coaster because I'm an adult. So maybe one day when my nephew's big enough, I'll take him down here and I can finally get that credit. But for now, still haven't been on the Great Pumpkin coaster. I think I'm gonna try to get on Rapterra one more time, and then I think that's gonna be the end of the day. So let's make our way back through Camp Snoopy, or I always confuse them, Planet Snoopy, and get back to Jungle X. Well, I got to end my night the best way possible with 2 more rides on Rapterra. And I even got a bonus ride before on Toonbeely. I wasn't gonna ride it, but it was a short line. I think it spun the most it ever has in my life. So SNS free spins are not normally my thing, but occasionally I like it. And then 2 rides on Toonbeely, which means I've got my total up to 10, and I've been in every seat. So I'll have to wait until I do my review to kind of unveil exactly which row I like the best, but that will be coming. I also bought the Rapterra hoodie. I wasn't gonna do it, but 10 rides, had to do it. It's really cool. So great day here at King's Dominion. I got on so much. I was doing laps on roller coasters. It was busier in the morning, but as the day went on, things kind of thinned out a little bit. So I got a lot of rides on a lot of coasters. Now I'm gonna get in the car and drive 4.5 hours home to Pennsylvania, but that's it for today. So until next time, everybody, keep on coasting.